Hello everyone, thank you for coming to my channel, Light to Your Path Tarot. I'm Denise and this is a full moon in Scorpio reading that I have for you today. This is not sign specific nor a personal reading. This is general for the collective, and if this has come across your path, stay tuned because there could be a message here for you. All right, so the oracle cards that I have, and this is from my Green Witches Oracle deck. We have walking staff, support and encouragement. This really makes me think of the Ace of Wands. So it is an opportunity. But besides that, it's an opportunity. It can also represent burning desire or some opportunity that you very much desire, right? But this talks about support and encouragement for that. And I feel like that's what is available to us now. Interestingly enough, with this full moon in Scorpio, the autumn in reverse came up. So if you think about Scorpio, it is an autumn sign, right? And this has to do with bounty and balance. So in thinking about this, it's like this is the time when we plant seeds to receive the bounty in the fall or the autumn, right? So I feel like this is just confirmation that now is a time to take some action, so that this will grow and come, get the bounty, the abundance. And maybe fall, autumn is a peak time, but you have to plant the seeds now, I feel like is the message with that. So it is a good opportunity to plant the seeds. All right. It is a time to take action. With that walking staff, I feel like it's time to take action, but we're taking action and also having the support and encouragement as well. This made me laugh. Leaves came up for this full moon, and it has to do with renewal, revival, and progress. So if we think about Scorpio being the phoenix rising from the ashes, this is so very appropriate. The renewal, the revival, and then the progress. So the phoenix rising from the ashes is you die to the old life and you come back renewed and better than before, better, stronger. It's like the comeback is better than the setback kind of energy. But it's very much a Scorpio kind of energy, so I was really glad to see that. And it was kind of like a nod. Yes, this is about that. Bottom of the deck, let's start here. What we may not be aware of, we do have the 5 of coins here in the reverse. So this is what it looks like. I'm using my Deviant Moon deck, which I haven't used in a long time, but I wanted to pull out for this full moon reading. So this came out in the reverse, the 5 of Pentacles reverse. So I feel like look, it looks like she's turning a corner here, right? So I feel like the corner is being turned, and things are going to be easier, whereas maybe in the recent past, things have been very hard. You've been feeling like you had to, and maybe people were out in the cold, feeling out in the cold, martyr kind of situation, misery loves company, with the 5 of Pentacles. But this is leaving that behind, and it's like I feel like a corner is being turned with this too. Also, the 9 of Swords is in the reverse underneath of that. So whatever's been gnawing at you, whatever has been haunting you kind of in a way, and the worries and the fears, it's lessening. It's definitely lessening now. The Temperance card is here, which is about balance. And we have balance in that autumn card that came up as well. So I think this is good. I think this full moon is going to bring in some good things for us, and it's also going to take out some things, So we come into the reading here. We have the Hermit. This guy is like got himself in a corner. He's alone. He looks afraid and destitute, right? But he's sitting here holding his eye open, like forcing himself to see something. The Hermit does have to do with introspection and sometimes solitude. But I feel like this full moon is asking us to take a look at something regarding our fears, and regarding the difficulties that we've had up to now. We have the Knight of Wands here. This is enthusiastic energy. This is, it's time to go. It's time to take action. He's on a mission. He's, he's got a purpose. Purpose and progress. Purpose and progress just came to my mind too. Purpose and progress. I want to write that down because I'm going to use that for the title. I always forget it by the time I get done with the reading. And so as we go here we have the King of Swords in the reverse. So the King of Swords reverse, if we're talking about an outside influence, this can be someone who is very dictatorial, someone who rules with a heavy hand, an iron fist, somebody who's in a position of power and authority, and they use that to their advantage, That's this King of Swords kind of energy. If we're talking about, if this is something representative within us, this can talk about our inner critic, who is very harsh, very judgmental, tells us that we're not good enough and that we can't accomplish anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a very strong, authoritative, demeaning voice within. And I feel like that the first order of business from this full moon is this Knight. He's ready to take this on, So we have the Page of Wands here too, which comes right under the Hermit. So I'm thinking, okay, the Hermit's asking us to look at, where are we reckless? Where are we fumbling the ball? Where do we need to be more careful? Because Page of Wands reversed is a very reckless kind of energy. It is asking us to be more deliberate, to be more careful kind of thing. And it's interesting because look, this in the upright, he's walking on thin ice. So in the reverse, does he fall through the ice, So there is a word of caution here with the Page of Wands being in the reverse. It's like maybe you need to slow down on something, or I'm just wondering too if maybe it is about holding ourselves to a higher standard, being more accountable to ourselves for something as well. Center of the reading here, the main issue is about letting go of something. We have this Four of Coins and it's in the reverse. So we're letting go of something that we were desperately holding tight to. Here's what it looks like in the upright. This guy is holding very tightly to his coins, like desperately, even looking over his shoulder to make sure somebody's not going to come up and steal them. On his shoulder, on his arm here, is the skeleton, and it's interesting. It has a timepiece or like a pocket watch. So, like, this guy is desperately afraid of something and desperately clinging to something, even the skeleton from the past, or he's like carrying dead weight with him here. But I feel like we're releasing that with this full moon. We're releasing the dead weight. And I also feel like we are releasing because, and I say releasing because it is a full moon in Scorpio. So I do very much feel like this full moon is asking us to release this inner King of Swords, the inner critic, to take a look at this Page of Wands reverse, where we may be being rebellious or undisciplined about something in an area that needs discipline, and also about to let go, that we don't have to hold on to something to where they have to pry it from our dead cold fingers, because this man is actually living in a prison within his own mind because he's so fearful that what he has is going to be taken away from him. So with that in the reverse, it's like if something wants to go, you're going to let it go. If it stays, it stays, kind of thing. We have the Sun here in the reverse. So the Sun reverse makes me think there are good conditions around you, but you're not letting yourself enjoy them, or you're not letting yourself be happy. It can also just be lack of enthusiasm, like maybe even a little bit of laziness, just to be honest. I'm not calling everybody lazy. I'm just saying all of us have that tendency, right? It's like wanting to rest on our laurels kind of thing. I just think enthusiasm's waning, and it just can be, maybe there's just a lot on your plate, and we can't stop and smell the roses or stop and let ourselves enjoy the good that we have in our life. We do have the Ten of Swords here, so this is the completion of a very painful cycle, which, hallelujah, to this full moon, if this is phasing that out for us right now. Because the Ten of Swords, while it can be sabotage from an outside influence, most of the time, because swords have to do with the mind, this is us sabotaging ourselves. We've put ourselves in this box, and we could have probably gotten out when the first or second sword came through, but we stayed until all 10 came and impaled. It's very and maybe because it felt comfortable, and whatever it was. I feel like the Ten of Swords is, yes, it is self-sabotage, but I feel like it is defense mechanisms that we have adopted over time to deal with certain circumstances. And I feel like this Hermit is asking us to look at that right now. The Hermit's asking us, all right, where do we need to discipline ourselves? Where do we need to tighten up here? Where do we need to let go of these things that we have in place to keep us safe and secure, but the whole while we're getting impaled with swords, or we're always having to look over our shoulder, So that's what the Hermit is here. That's what this is bringing in for us. I absolutely love that the Queen of Wands came up here. The Queen of Wands, very fierce, very independent. This Queen of Wands just looks like a warrior princess or goddess or something for her tribe or whatever it is. It just feels very confident and self-assured, self-assured, self-regulated, self-sufficient, all of those things. And there's just like there's a bravery happening here with this Queen of Wands. And I think the bravery is that I'm going to knock out this internal King of Swords who tells me that I'm not good enough and keeps me from actually going after the things that I want to, keeps me from being happy because it's always judging me and telling me, you need to do this, you shouldn't have done that, all of that kind of stuff. That's the first order of, it's almost like the Queen of Wands sends out the knight to take care of that King of Swords in reverse, that cranky old man that judges everybody and tells them that they're not good enough, So we come to the Four of Wands. So this is beautiful. Four of Wands has to do with a commitment. You can see here in this Four of Wands, it's like it's two sides, like they fit together. It's like two sides of the moon, and then their hands are entwined in ivy, representing long-standing, long-term. And then we have the homestead here, the home. It's like something has good foundations to it, and it's when you are you have something to celebrate, you have something to be happy about. It is about something long awaited for, with the Four of Wands. It can sometimes represent marriage. It can represent a wedding. It can represent a commitment, something like that. And what I'm getting is, I feel like, how we were talking about this autumn card here and how we have to take action and plant the seeds now. I feel like that's the progression. And we did have progress with that leaves card there. But this autumn, so planting these seeds now, which can involve different things for different people. But first of all, knocking out this King of Swords, getting this Page of Wands disciplined, And that facing and letting go of the fear, the end of a cycle of self-sabotaging ourselves and being this brave warrior or warrioress, brings this here, something long awaited for. What happens when we plant something here? We plant it in the spring and we get the bounty in the fall, in the autumn. And I feel like what's going to happen, in the fall, this is what we get. We get what it is that was long awaited for. We're committed. It doesn't have to just be about a commitment, but it's like something that we're committed to. We're entwined in seeing this through. It's happiness. It is something long awaited for. So I feel like it's a good ending. It's just what it is. It's bringing in. I feel like this full moon is absolutely bringing in the things that need to get set into motion for us to have that bounty in the fall. Because I feel like that's what's available to us. It's just, it's not here yet because we have to take the action and plant the seeds. So if there's something that you are trying to do, a project, whatever you are putting purpose into, and maybe this King of Swords is saying, oh, you're not good enough for that. The Page of Wands says, yeah, I need to work on this thing, but let me go run out with my friends right now. I'll get to it later, and then there's the fear here of, whatever that fear is. It could make you stay in a job that you don't want to stay in because of what? Fear that you're not going to have enough. So it's like, I feel like it's very much giving us the backbone, the bravery, the confidence, to see something through, to do the things that need to be done and see it through. I do want to read these here. I'm using the Energy Oracle cards, and I got the Garden and the Gate reversed. I got the Magician and the Mirror, and then I got the first chakra Archangel Michael. So I'm going to read these. Let's see. The Garden and the Gate. It's number 30. And it does come in reverse. It said it indicates the happy choice to open the door to a more spiritual pursuit. You may have been obsessed with worldly issues before. Wow, look at that. You may have been obsessed with worldly issues before, but your readiness to go deeper is now here. That's the Hermit. Your readiness to go deeper from these worldly issues that you were afraid to let go of. Many people believe they cannot live in a material world, make lots of money, and engage in spiritual priorities at the same time. But now you realize that isn't true. In fact, you can bring this wonderful spiritual focus to any endeavor, and when you do, you'll find that beyond your garden, the universe is willing to fill your life with beauty and joy. Expect the unexpected. For joyous synchronicity abounds. That, for me, is talking about this Four of Wands. The affirmation is, I am blessed with an abundantly spiritual life. Every day in every way, my joyous prosperity grows and grows. Well, that's where we're talking about planting seeds and things growing, All right, we have the Magician and the Mirror. Let's read that. This is knowing and using your true power. This card upright represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. That's so funny because Scorpio is a water sign, but then we have the flame and passion going on in the action with the walking staff there. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. When you receive the Magician upright, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear into brilliant reality. So it's telling us to direct our destiny. And I feel like that's very much this Queen of Wands kind of energy here, too. Then we have this first chakra, Archangel Michael. That just makes me feel the first chakra is like having to do with passions. It again makes me think of the Ace of Wands. It has to do with stability and security. So that's interesting because here this guy's trying to hold on to his security and stability, but yet he's still afraid because he's putting his faith in worldly things, you know, and the Hermit's going, look at this. It talks about Michael holds a beautiful globe of red energy at the first chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. This is the place where your sense of stability and security is stored. When this card is upright, it reveals your energy is flowing freely regarding these issues. Even if you've had problems with feeling secure in the past, these challenges are beginning to be resolved at this time. Archangel Michael is with you, bringing you strength and personal stability. You are capable of taking action and moving forward on your path. So allow yourself to feel increasing faith in your own power and security now and always. Again, it's talking about taking action and moving forward. You know, we have that walking staff. We have the Knight of Wands who's ready, but his first mission is to take out this King of Swords in the reverse, you know. I want to read the affirmation for this. It is, my first chakra is open to its perfect, healthy state. I am strong, stable, safe, and secure. The Archangel Michael guides and supports me always. You know what? I feel guided to grab my Archangel Michael deck, and let's just get a final full moon message from Archangel Michael, since that did come up. Because as I was reading that, I was like, man, I should totally get my Archangel Michael deck. All right, let's see. What does Archangel Michael have to tell us for this full moon in Scorpio, please? The person you're asking about is trustworthy. Thank you for helping me have faith so I can open my heart wider in my relationships. I am grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people are in my life. Interesting. Somebody needed to hear that. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. And then we have a favorable outcome. Thank you for the beautiful outcome to this situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. I feel like that's what this Four of Wands is right here. It's the favorable outcome. That's what I have for this full moon reading. Thank you all for sticking with me this long. And if you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe and like button and share this with someone if you think they might benefit from it as well. Thank you for watching.